Transcendentalism in the Scarlet Letter by Nathaniel Hawthorn.
What is Transcendentalism? Transcendentalism is a philosophical movement centered around spirituality that was popular in the mid-19th century. Key Transcendentalism beliefs were that humans are inherently good but can be corrupted by society and institutions, insight and experience, and more important than logic, spirituality should come from the self, not organized religion, and nature is beautiful and should be respected. Transcendentalism in Scarlet Letter. In Scarlet Letter, Hawthorn portrays Puritans and their religion. They are very much orthodox in the matter of God and religion and tend to follow them blindly, at the cost of human being. In the first chapter, society curses and abuses Hester for her adultery. Puritan society cannot bear such adultery. Transcendentalism allows one to think about self. In this way, Transcendentalism comes into large umbrella of Romanticism. The follower of Romantic movement strongly believed in individualism. A pure hand needs no glove to cover it. Chapter 12. Transcendentalist believed in the truth. Transcendentalist did not want to follow society thought their rules and regulations. Transcendentalist wanted to express themselves by their own thoughts, not ones given to them by religion or culture. Hester Prynne in the Scarlet Letter illustrates self-reliance in a society in which there is no respect for individuals. During her punishment, Hester passes some different and difficult stages which show her as a transcendental and self-reliant character. First stage shows her as sinner, cursed by society, seen as lawbreaker, which takes place in prison, market and scaffold. The second stage portrays Hester as victim who suffers everything with persistently and patiently. In the third stage, society accepts her as good human being who helps poor people, and now the letter A has different meaning than earlier, that is, A for able or angel. It is to the credit of human nature that, except where its selfishness is brought into play, it loves more readily than it hates. Chapter 13. Transcendentalism is about transforming or changing. Hatred changing into love could possibly be an example of transcendental. Chrysologo. Hester is, indeed, a sinner. But her sin is a cause not of evil but of good. Suffering disciplines Hester, so that she grows strong. Sorrow awakens her sympathies, so that she becomes a nurse. If Hester had not sinned, she would never have discovered the true depths of tenderness within herself. Considering Hawthorn's transcendental ideas, Hester did nothing wrong. She is faithful and loyal toward her true lover, Arthur Dimmesdale, and also she is not disloyal to her evil husband, Chillingworth, because she has never loved him, as we see she tells Chillingworth. Thou knowest I was frank with thee. I felt no love, nor feigned any. But her love for Dimmesdale is a real love. She wants honestly to be with her lover forever. Transcendentalists do not consider Hester as a sinful woman who broke the rules because in the sight of God she had never been married. Hester just obeys her heart because she feels no conflict, as Dimsdale feels, between her heart and her head. Essaymonster. One of the major themes of Transcendentalist is individual vs society. Hester is outcast woman, lives in forest with her daughter Pearl. Puritan society does not accept her and Pearl is not allowed to study in Puritan school. Society, for the Transcendentalists, is a blinding, deforming, and devouring force. What matters to them is the individual, who has the potential to be beautiful, divine, and free. Hester and Pearl live as social outcasts who can't attend church services, and Pearl is not accepted into the Puritan school. Transcendentalists do not believe in one religion and certainly not in the highly restrictive Christianity practiced by the Puritans. For the Transcendentalists, God cannot be confined to a single name or religion. One can develop the sense of scared within self. Hester developed her own sense of morality and helped poor people. When Puritan society was forcing Hester to admit her adultery, it was not because they think that adultery is wrong but it is taught to them through religion and religious masters. She had wandered, without rule or guidance, into a moral wilderness. Transcendentalist focused around nature. Transcendentalist felt that they could learn about themselves from nature. Nature is also part of the oversoul, equally as important as humans. Nature is the central element of Transcendentalism. When Hester was abandoned to live in society, she prefers to live in forest surrounded by woods. She is quite free from the thoughts of society, what society would think about her. Nature allows her to spend time with herself, and become the medium of expression for Pearl and Hester. In Scarlet Letter, characters believe in supernatural. Transcendentalist accepts supernatural elements. Transcendentalist saw the world split in two. One side was God, spirits, and oversoul. The other side was humans, animals, and nature. A bodily disease, which we look upon as whole and entire within itself, may, after all, be but a symptom of some ailment in the spiritual part. Chapter 10, Hawthorn writes that the character is suffering from a spiritual sickness. Transcendentalists did not try to prove that their theories of the spiritual world were true, but that everyone is free to believe in it any way they want to. Conclusion. Transcendentalism is not a religion, it is a way of thinking. One could be involved in a religion and still believe in Transcendentalism. Transcendentalism is how one views the world through their eyes. Knowing oneself is key to learning about Transcendentalism. But what motivated the Transcendentalist was the phrase, "Follow your heart."